share a little bit with you. Okay. So Deanne is passionate about assisting people in discovering and rediscovering their path to joy and peace. She's come to believe through years of spiritual and clinical experience that each person has an inherent capacity to create a life of value and meaning so that their truths and authentic self can emerge. Reverend Deanne enjoys co-creating this sacred space so that people may reclaim their inherent wisdom, feelings, expressions, and clear thinking. In addition to her Master of Counseling degree, Master of Divinity degree with a certificate in congregational practices, and a Master of Divinity from Unity, she's multiple divinities. Rev Deanne brings a depth of knowledge and experience as a licensed psychotherapist. And the list goes on and on. I mean, we'd be here all day. It's amazing, her history. She serves on the advisory board for Lit Path, has served as director of operations for the Central Florida Center for Spiritual Living, and on the board of trustees of Unity on the Space Coast, as well as guest speaker, prayer chaplain, and has facilitated New Thought classes. She relishes the ongoing challenge of personal growth with evolving tools and skills. Her absolute jam is helping people heal, learning, praying, and meditating, and she is enriched by spending time with loved ones, especially her delightful wife and precious fur babies. So, without further ado, I welcome Reverend Deanne Miller.
Yay. Thank you, C. I am so grateful and excited to be here with you all. Yes, I presume that I would be there with you in person before C informed me that's not how we do things. And I thought, okay, she's saving me the weather, but I look forward to hugging your neck someday. Oh, I am here, as she said, in the Orlando, Florida area, and it's really freezing. And for us, it's temporary. So we get a little taste of what you all are experiencing, but it's quite impactful. So thank you for letting me be here with you. So my talk title today is From Experience to Inspirience. And the threshold that I'm inviting you to cross is I want you to listen to the message really from the neck down. I want you to sense what is being said, to take what is for you, and to leave the rest. How's that? Okay. So I'd like for you to settle down into your body, trusting your own internal processing, as the divine representation inside of you knows best what you need from our time together. So more than being here to hear me, you're here to listen to what Spirit would bring up for you. And I want you all, and I know that you're in good hands, but I really want to continue to be just another voice to encourage you how important that is, how rooted and grounded in your own spiritual experience we're all called to be. So I want you to focus on how the material lands in your internal world, increasing your capacity for fluid movement in all of your relationships, because we know our spirituality is first and foremost about our soul's journey, and then the people in our life get the overflow of that. Isn't that amazing? So if we give attention to what's internal, other people are blessed by that. So let's pray. Today I invite and invoke nurture, compassion, well-being, integration, reconnection, and I amness in all its forms, all of its forms. Nurture, compassion, well-being, integration, reconnection, and I amness in all its forms into our time together to dwell richly within us. God is so much better than they told us it was. May we truly release all the lies we were taught that do not serve our existence and growth. May we see it for what it is, and may we be increasingly sensitive to the energetic flow of the divine in us and through us. And so it is. Now, some of you might be familiar with this heart-centered song. Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always, always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. You want to go where people know that people are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. And why does this song feel so delightful to us when we have heard it? Maybe some of us have heard it on Cheers. The producers got it right. We want to be known and we want to be loved. And the integrity of that experience of feeling known and loved carries with it an energy that is the stuff of life redesigned. We're always redesigning, aren't we, beloveds? Always. We're always updating. We're always allowing ourselves to be carried through this life with Spirit's guidance. Even when it's uncomfortable, we know that we are held and loved. Everything is energy, beloveds. Dan Siegel, neuroscientist and medical doctor, teaches this. The mind is an embodied and relational process that regulates the flow of energy and information. I'm going to read that again. I love him so much. Dan Siegel. The mind is an embodied and relational process that regulates the flow of energy and information. And information itself is composed of energy. And any bit of information induces its own cascade of unfolding processes. So, how sensitive are you to what you intake? And what is still hanging out in your psyche that needs to be offloaded? I really want you to listen to your body and become increasingly acclimated to that. You are a deeply intuitive divine being, having a very, very human experience. And I invite you to listen to your body with this question. What's got a hold of you that you might be choking on a bit, and how does it have such access to you? I invite you to stay in your body, recognizing what's happening. In this moment, you are safe. Just breathe and notice what is coming up inside of you. Own what is wanting to be made known through you now. No matter how your brain seeks to dismiss or disown it, notice it because it may be the next step of your soul's unfoldment. You and I have a power within us that is capable of choosing what to do with that energy and using it as intuitional wholeness, okay? We're always headed in the direction of wholeness through acceptance, through reasoning, through embracing, through avoidance, even at times, through communication, through completion. Whatever the strategy Spirit massages into your heart, we are not victims. We are receptive vessels to the divine who have the blessed responsibility to respond because we have the ability. Being guided by what your body senses rather than only by our experiences based on prior knowledge is about the here and the now, dealing with the immediate sensory information available to us. So there's an article in Neurolaunch. It's called The Nitty Gritty of Bottom-Up Processing, and it says this. It influences how we encode information from our environment, which in turn affects our ability to learn and remember. Understanding bottom-up processing can also help us become more aware of how our environment influences our thoughts, our feelings, and then our behaviors. It can make us more mindful of the sensory stimuli that we expose ourselves to and how they might be affecting our mood and productivity and well-being. Ellen Davenport, Unity Minister, says this. She's the author of The Five Principles, and she puts it this way: prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God mind and therefore brings forth wisdom, healing, prosperity, and every good thing. We create our own experience when we focus on something and, consciously or not, draw from it a field of limitless possibilities, or God mind, as we like to call it, that field of limitless possibilities. And in this sense, we are co-creators with God. Isn't that beautiful, beloveds? This describes Unity's fourth principle, which is communion with God. So think about it. I will live in the life I co-created for myself that overflows into the lives of others. You will live in the life you co-created for yourself. And yes, it will overflow to the lives of others. So really, it's important for us to take heed how we co-create based on what we take in, because it affects the quality of our overflow. One of humanity's greatest short-sighted determinations is when, with cognitive and emotive dissonance, we treat living things like resources to serve our purposes, and then we treat resource acquisition as our mission in life. It decentralizes our spirituality, which is that connection of our experiences from the pipeline of divine expression and perspective. Stay swayable in the presence of God, which we're always in. We're never outside of it. Stay pliable with spirit, because our greatest flex is humility and our capacity to surrender. Not be subjugated, but to willingly surrender to Spirit's guidance. This relational field that we create from humanity and humility and surrender have the power to change our individual worlds. Then the rest of the world gets our overflow. And how do we do this? So I would like to invite you to see yourself in the space of prosperity that you desire to occupy, that is consistent with Spirit as a co-laborer in your efforts. Allow yourself to see yourself in that space, beloveds. And before we go into our meditation, I want you to enter this place of meditation from the insight that I just requested and offered. I want you to see yourself in that space of prosperity. And just breathe in that space of vision. Allow your body to access the sense of knowing of what that's like, what it would feel like as you engage that vision. Be observable about what you're noticing internally. What parts of your body is responding to the vision? What part may struggle to respond to the vision? Notice it all. In this moment, I want you to notice your inspirience as you hear this meditation inspired by Ambica Walters. As you envision that place of prosperity, I want you to see yourself expressing what you would like to express in that time. Notice your thoughts and ideas and how valuable you are. Notice from that space what you would like to contribute. Allow your feelings to come to the surface and give yourself an opportunity to sit with them and explore and experience them. Take a nice deep breath. Give yourself permission to release any feelings of fear, humiliation, concern, or the like, and just breathe into that place of envisioned prosperity. And as you hold space for your embodied vision and experience, hear this affirmation. People are receptive to me and value what I offer. And I want you to take that all the way in. People are receptive to me and value what I offer. And take a deep breath and integrate this truth into your awareness. People are receptive to me and value what I offer. If there is any part of your embodied experience right now that may be struggling, I offer that you put your hand on that place and you say to that place, I give you permission to open yourself to new possibilities for your self-expression. You have permission. Permission granted. And as you breathe deeply and hold the vision that Spirit has given you, just for you, hear these words. Hear these words, beloved, and claim them. I delight in expressing myself and I appreciate being a blessing. By expressing my truth, others find the way to their truth. Creativity is my birthright. I open myself to my truth. I listen to and I honor Spirit in me and through me. I honor my inner voice. I harness my willpower to serve my greatest good and highest joy. and I express the beauty and love of myself in everything that I do. Beloveds, know that your inner Christ is always available to help you, always available to support you, always available to assist you in recalling these truths about yourself so that you may express an abundant life, because where the spirit of your inner Lord is, there is freedom, peace, love, and joy. Amen. And so it is.